trauma, unstable from infection or tumors, or unstable because you had to remove enough structure to free up the nerves that we actually made them unstable, so we have to stabilize.
Once again, we are back here at Hilton Head Hospital with Dr. Jeffrey Rubin. Again, nice to see you. We thought it might be really interesting for Dr. Rubin and his team to share with us exactly what goes on during a procedure and an operation. And I think it'd be really fascinating for people. Who are we going to begin with?
So we're going to begin with our radiology clinical lead. This is Arnett Hulth, and he's going to explain to you some of the technology that we use from a radiology standpoint.
And again, we'll jump in if we have any questions for you.
Yeah, ask away. I'm responsible for all the imaging during the spine surgery. I use my C-arm for the two-dimensional images, and we bring in an O-arm, get three-dimensional images. The patient is laying there on the bed with fiducials on their back that we use for triangulation with the infrared camera here. It's basically a mini GPS system.
That's just what I was going to ask you. When we were talking before, you said it's like a GPS. What does that help you do? Why is that so important for the patient?
It gives us the ability to navigate in 3D space. So
Okay.
we're not just on a plane up and down, left and right. We include up and down as well. So we can use our robot
Got
that
it.
has the fiducials on it to find where the screw is exactly.
So basically, your patient's laying here,
Yes.
and you come in at that point. Oh, there you go.
We'll use this to find our angle. where we're
Okay.
gonna go. The camera will take pictures of this.
Okay.
In real time, this image will move for us.
Got it.
That allows us to know where we are.
And are you and Dr. Rubin, is everyone sort of working together at this point? And at this point, you're sort of the lead, but you're the actually performing.
Everybody in the room has to know what everybody else is doing at all times.
Okay.
We are all well-oiled
In
machine.
sync.
If one of us is missing, the whole thing kind of falls
Okay.
apart.
So
We're really fortunate that we get to work together every day.
at what point are you using this, which is, this is three-dimensional, this is
At
two-dimensional.
the very beginning of the case, we'll use this to find basic landmarks and make
Got
sure
it.
that we are operating on the correct level.
Okay.
At the very end of the case, we use it to take pictures of the finished product and send it to the radiologist.
Okay. And then you also, I know we talked about the,
CT scan.
Thank
right,
you.
Right. So the CT scan we have the ability to bring in a mobile CT scan, and that's where we acquire the images.
okay.
So we have to acquire the raw data. So like if you're driving your car,
Yes.
you need to have the maps.
Oh, look.
So the CT
Yeah.
scan has the raw
You
data.
can see
The
the
raw
scan.
data is loaded to the robot.
Got
and
it.
The robot assimilates that data based on the infrared camera and the fiduciaries.
This
So the
is,
system works
works.
together that way. And that's why we can, in real time, navigate three dimensions.
is the patient typically anesthetized? Are they under
So
general, local?
Yes, so they are under general.
Okay.
So for neck surgery, they're lying on their back.
Got it?
But we're working on their neck, so the airway has to be protected, so they are intubated.
Got it.
For lumbar surgery, this is actually designed where you're lying on your stomach.
Okay.
And then we have a special face mask which protects the eyes, which is very important. But because they are face down, they are also intubated.
Makes sense.
So our patients are general anesthesia via intubation.
Once you get kind of landmarks, is that a good way of
Perfect.
saying it? Okay.
Perfect.
Then what happens?
So then we'll expose and he begins his surgery.
Right. So if we are doing a percutaneous, which means through the skin,
Yep.
then we get our landmarks, and then actually through the robot we can put in screws and rods percutaneously. We don't have to do any dissection.
Oh, wow.
We do it all minimally invasively. However, if we have to free up nerves or spinal cord, then we make an incision, and we'll usually do both on the same case.
Very interesting. That brings, who is our next?
So Doy is our spine clinical lead.
Okay.
Doy and I have been operating together for 21 years.
Once again, Dr. Rubin, it's a pleasure. Another member of your team, share with us.
So this is Doy. He
Uh-huh.
is our spine clinical lead. Doy and I have been operating together for 21 years. He's amazing. He knows everything about the cases, everything about the instruments. He is the nerve center of our team.
And I've heard from you, from both of you, that you basically don't even have to verbally communicate, that you pretty much can read each other's mind now. What a gift.
Yeah, he's great. So I focus on the spine. I don't have to look up. I don't even have to name the instruments I want. I put my hand out. He puts in my hand what I need. It just makes it that much better.
So as a clinical lead, what does that really mean to the layperson or the patient?
Well, I'm always in charge with all the equipment in the hospital before the day of the surgery.
Yes, he's in charge before the day of the surgery. Very important.
It's very important, and what's great about having the same team is that we talk about cases. So
Yes.
the morning of surgery, we talk about that case. When at the end of the day, we talk about future cases. So we are always planning and making sure we have everything we need. Most of the time we have everything in-house, but there are special equipment needs that
Yes,
we
ma'am.
use.
And then those are the ones that we really need to check.
Exactly.
That's what I've said earlier, that some of the equipment, that's what he said.
So
they are
I'm
not
under,
in-house.
I'm under the assumption that with every patient and every surgery, there are different instruments that you use.
Sometimes, but not all the time.
Not all
You know
the-
what I mean? Yes, ma'am.
Will you do us a favor? And I think, you guys, I think I've died and gone to heaven. I would like to have everyone, can you kind of just share with us what some of these are and do?
Sure.
Yes, after Arnett doing all the scan, we need to register all this to the stealth.
Okay.
Because these are the what was it? We call it the balls.
Got it,
or
yes.
to communicate to the stealth.
Got it.
So all instruments have its own.
Are these all different sizes?
Yes, ma'am. It comes with different sizes. So initially, what the doctor does, he always, once we register everything into the system, he will use the knife.
Okay.
Which is that one.
Can I see that? That's the knife?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the handle for the knife, and then obviously we use a new blade every time.
Sure.
And
It's a
so
special-
you can percutaneously, once again, the robot fixes the trajectory.
Because we've gotten our landmarks, we know
Right.
exactly where we're
So you
going.
just drop it through, it's at the right height, and it can make a skin incision.
Wow. So then it just lifts out.
Just like that.
Yes, ma'am.
This is like demystifying. I feel like Mythbusters.
And after that, he's going to use the dilator because
What
those
is that?
equipments are
It
big.
helps spread
Okay.
tissue, so we don't want to cut through any tissue
Sure.
if we're trying to do minimally invasive. So this is a dilator which helps spread the tissue as opposed to cut the tissue.
Got it.
Yes, ma'am. And then after he does it, he will start the drill.
Okay.
There's we use that and it goes in there.
Still.
So if we're putting in a screw,
Yep.
so
I mean, it looks like a screw.
it is a screw. It's a titanium screw.
Okay.
They come in different diameters.
Got it.
Okay, so you asked, is everything patient specific?
Sure.
It is.
Okay.
So the equipment helps us manage what size. So
Got
we actually
it.
are able to decide how big of a screw. So they come in all different diameters.
Mm-hmm.
They come in all different lengths. So we pick the screw that fits your anatomy the best.
Why titanium?
So titanium is a great alloy. It's strong enough and it is inert, meaning it does not cause a reaction.
Got it.
Plus, it is MRI compatible, so everyone can have an MRI after the spine surgery. So anything I put in the body is MRI compatible, and that is very important. Not all medical equipment is MRI compatible, and obviously we love MRIs when it comes
yeah.
to spines.
Yes.
So it's very important to know that everything we use is MRI compatible, and titanium actually is very easy to see on MRI. It doesn't cause artifact, whereas stainless steel, cobalt chrome, and so other materials that we do use is less friendly to MRI. So I always try and use titanium.
Are these pretty much lasting a lifetime?
As long as the fusion heals, they will last a lifetime. These are technically an internal brace.
Okay, got
They're
it.
there just to be an internal brace. It allows the patient to get up day one. Our
Wow.
patients are walking day zero, really. Day of surgery, we get them up walking. And it's because we stabilize them. So what I wanted to show was, or I can show you.
Yes.
Basically, it's like putting a screw into anything, a wall or
Mm-hmm.
anything. So we have to get the path, which the robot does.
Correct.
Yes.
Then we have to drill.
And then we tap.
And then we tap. So this is just a special instrument.
Different
because
sizes.
Bones are hard,
Yes.
so we have different size taps. So everything goes along with what screw we're going to put in, and it makes the pathway. And then we basically put the screw in, and it's all done through. You can put it in. So
Wow.
through this, so the trajectory is a fixed plane, and it is based on our preoperative plan. So we plan all of the screws ahead of time, and then that way the robot helps us do it efficiently and more accurately.
Oh my gosh, I mean, this is impressive. So once you are finished with this piece,
Yes, ma'am.
what happens next?
After everything is done, we take the robot out and we finish it by putting the rod into the screws.
Wait, help me.
So the screws go in the body.
Got it.
And everything's modular,
Yeah,
meaning
yeah.
it's assembled. And then these are the heads. So the heads go on the screw, okay? Mm-hmm. And then the
Oh.
rods, will you hold that for a sec? Go
Wow.
through. And then there are caps,
Yep.
which tighten it. And then that's a strong construct.
So when this is actually all of you all putting these
Yeah,
in,
we do them
and
together.
how fun.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. All right, so we've got our rod in place, we're screwed in, we got it, we're ready to go. What is next?
So it depends. So once
Okay.
again, sometimes you stabilize first, sometimes you decompress first.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are going to decompress, usually that can be minimally invasive or traditional open.
Got it.
But those are the other sets of instruments, and that's where I will actually make an incision. We'll go down, we'll remove arthritis, bony
Mm-hmm.
spurs, disc herniations, synovial cysts, whatever's
Mm-hmm.
pressing on the nerves, we remove them.
Gosh, I can't imagine how someone feels right after surgery when their pain is alleviated. It has to be
That's
pretty
why it's
amazing.
pre-op order is very important to us.
And we've only got about a minute left, but we're not going to let you escape without at least coming over, so stay with us. We're right back. Dr. Rubin, last but not least.
So
this
Justin is our lead surgical tech for spine surgery.
is important part of the team.
Very important part of the team. Justin helps out with everything that you've seen, and more importantly, Justin has incredible hands, and so he helps out with retraction, including retraction of spinal nerves while I'm operating around them. Justin's been with me for over a decade. He's part of the team. He's fantastic, and it's very critical to have someone who has skilled hands in addition to me trying to operate.
It's amazing. I don't know about you, but this has probably been one of the most informational and educational segments and shows we've done. I'm very grateful for all of you all allowing us in. And I think it really shows the caliber and quality of spinal surgery that we do here. Pretty amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank all of you for joining us here on Healthy Living. Have a safe and wonderful week. Bye-bye.